Hey, Griff Parker with Parker Monuments here again. Today, we've got a headstone here in the shop that we did not engrave or sell. This is a stone that somebody bought online, and they were not happy with it when they got it, and I'll show you why. There's a few things that we're going to do to fix it for them. But this kind of separates good, or some things you'll see on this stone will kind of separate good engraving work from not so good, and kind of give y'all something to look for when you're assessing a monument company's engraving, I guess, capabilities. To me, this one just seemed rushed. The first issue that the family has with it are the porcelain photo inserts are too small. They're the wrong size. Not sure how that happened, but we're gonna sandblast the old photos out of here. Probably. They might not be epoxied, but if they are epoxied, I think the easiest thing to do is just sandblast them the same time that we're doing the new recess for the larger photo. Another issue they had with this stone is they forgot a quotation mark over here. There's supposed to be a quotation mark on either side of Connie, and what I think happened there is when the stencil was on the stone and the engraver was picking out the letters, they just forgot that. They didn't check their proof sheet and make sure they had picked everything out, and there was stencil here when there shouldn't have been. So another thing that the family has complained about is that the paint doesn't look good in the letters, and I know exactly what that is. That's well, there's two things going on. There's a haziness to the paint that is in the letters, and what happened there is the process for these frosted panels is to, after you've lettered, done your sandblasting, lettered it, painted it in this case, let the paint dry real good, and then you put wet mud in the letters, and you turn your pressure down and you sandblast your exposed panel to knock that polish off of there, and that gives you that contrast. Well, if you don't wait long enough for the paint to dry, then you'll get mud stuck to your paint, and that's what's happened here. Not sure if the family wants us to repaint the whole thing, although that is an option. That's probably what would need to happen for it to look right. So, something that the family hasn't noticed that I noticed is, before I do that, the paint. The bottoms of the letters. So like when you're painting one of these stones, you want to hit all your angles. Well, on the lettering down here, the undersides of these letters don't have any paint. So they just didn't hit that angle. And there's some obvious spots that they missed. I can see, standing this far away from it, I can see that. So right here is some missing paint. So the paint job is not good. So another thing that I noticed that the family probably didn't even notice is this ampersand right here. Now, I was talking to Dad. He does the graphics here at Parker Monuments, and this ampersand, well, first off, this font, Loving Parents of Jody and Haley, and this font up here is Vermarco, and that's a very popular font in the monument industry. So, actually, am I just now noticing something else? So this piece of scripture here, John 14:6, do you put a colon on that? I'm not sure. But that's definitely a period right there. The family could have wanted that. I'm not so certain, but what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so this is Vermarco font. This right there and this right there. And I asked Dad about ampersands. He says Vermarco does not have an ampersand. So whenever a family wants to do an ampersand in here, you have to use a different font, which is fine. It's just, let me show you the back side. All right. So look at that ampersand right there. Try to keep the sun glare off of here. That ampersand, I mean, all this is Vermarco back here. But that ampersand is from a different font. So they used a different font for the ampersand on the front as opposed to the back. And that's just something that you don't catch when you're rushing through a job. So one thing that's not present on this headstone that you do want to look out for to kind of tell, you know, the quality of a job is on frosted panels. As you can see, there's like no reflection on that frosted cardinal right there. If it was just a quick, you know, job, then you would still see some reflection there. It wouldn't have been a good frost job. So that's something to look out for. But yeah, we're gonna fix this thing up for the customer, make sure they're happy with it. And I would recommend repainting sections of this thing for sure. Definitely gonna put that quotation mark over there, put the bigger photographs on there, and you know, address anything else that we see as we go along. That about does it for this video, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Visit us at parkermonuments.com. You can comment down below and I'll respond. Hope this was helpful. Have a blessed day.